Hey guys, Judge Morris here. So I talked about this in a previous video, and it was about how dragons generally don't come out when it's windy weather. But since we've seen the Gen 3 dragons finally drop, I actually have seen them a little bit more. I do see Bagon occasionally. I've talked about the Flygon line. Trapinch technically is not a dragon, but Vibrava and Flygon are. Flygon, as far as I know, can't appear in the wild, but Vibrava can, and I actually am seeing Vibrava more during windy weather. And by that I mean I've seen one. But I do see Bagon quite a bit more now. I don't see Dratini still a whole lot, other than the shiny Dratini event not too long ago on Community Day. But yeah, I'll actually start things off with two dragons I've caught, I think both yesterday, during windy weather, and one of them was a PokeDex entry, so I'll come back after that. Okay, so I have a Vibrava finally. It was 71 IV, not terrible. The Bagon I just got candy for. That one was actually pretty bad, but I did hatch an 87 IV with 15 attack Bagon from a 10 kilometer egg? I think they're 10 kilometer. So I do have that now, so I am moving forward. I'm slowly making my way to have enough to get Flygon and Salamence, which will be really cool, because I want both. So today I was kind of torn. I was either going to do a Piloswine raid, and I do have footage of that, or I think I'm actually going to go this route instead. I do have a Gardevoir now, and that was because I found a Ralts who was 89 IV, but also very high CP, so I could evolve it all the way up to Gardevoir, and it would already be a pretty decent contender. So I did that, and it ended up as a Gardevoir with 2 Psychic moves, and around 2400 CP, so pretty decent. I recently have done the same thing with an Abra. I caught an Abra that was like 82 IV, but it was so far along in its CP bar that I had the candy. That's the thing, like I had enough candy when I evolved the Gardevoir that I could evolve 2 and then still have some candy left over. So I have a Gardevoir now. I have another Alakazam that's in the 2500s, 82 IV, and has both psychic moves. I think he was Psycho Cut and Future Sight. So with that team, I decided it would be a good idea, or at least a worthwhile thing to do, to take another shot at a Machamp Raid, see if I could do a time run. And basically I call this the Glass Cannon Run. It's Mewtwo, Espeon, Gardevoir, Alakazam, Lugia. And I did have to go all the way to Lugia because I ran with 5 glass cannons. But I took down the Machamp with 28 seconds remaining, which I think is a decent time. I could do better. A couple ways I could do better. Not all these Pokemon I used were perfect. The Machamp is 91. The Espeon is perfect. That was 100. The Gardevoir is 89. I had an Alakazam that's 93, an Alakazam that's 82, and then my Lugia is 87, I think. Not all of these are capped as far as their CP. And then one of my Alakazams has Dazzling Gleam, which is still super effective on fighting types. Fairy is super effective on fighting, so that still works. But I think Alakazam does a lot more damage, and especially with a stab bonus when you're using Future Sight. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the footage of that, and then I might do a Piloswine raid later on, where I go over how to do that. And I do actually like that we have a bunch of ice type raids going on right now. It does help when if there's gonna be dragon raids in the near future. And since we have 2 possibility legendary dragons coming to the game, potentially next, who knows at this point, I think it would be cool to start building an ice team right now. I did pick up a 98 IV Walrein, and you know, like my luck always is, it ended up with a water move for its charge move, and I only have 1 charge TM, and I don't want to waste it on that right now. So I think it's cool that we do have the option of building up ice teams right now, because that's generally going to be double effective on dragons, since dragons are dragon and flying. On Latios and Latias, and I'm not sure I'm pronouncing either of those correctly, it's not going to be double effective because those are psychic dragons, if I remember right. So they're probably not going to be dragon flying, but the ice will still be super effective on the dragon portion of them. I don't know if they're going to have any double weaknesses. I'd have to look into that. Off the top of my head, I want to say no. Anyways, I have rambled on for quite a while, and let's just go into the footage of the glass cannons of my psychic team versus a Machamp Raid. And I'll see you guys next time.